Hey guys, welcome back to another interview here on Toned In Entertainment. Today we're at Generation Championship Wrestling. We run this town, and I'm here with Chef Manny from Kayfabe Kitchen.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is different for me. Normally, when I come to these shows, I'm working the show as a wrestler. I am the Brooklyn Juggernaut. Usually, I'm punching people in the face. But today, I am switching it up, and I'm doing a live cooking demonstration.
And you're going to be out there doing it with Culture Inc. today.
Yes, we're going to be interviewing Culture Inc. today. Okay,
so can you give us a little clue as to what's going to go down during that cooking demonstration?
We're gonna be doing some Asian style cooking. Okay. You know, fire and food, and we'll probably do a dessert also. You know, it's just me showing the typical fan. The type of food we eat as workers, like, hey, this is what we want to eat after we have a show. Like, we're starving after shows, so what better way to show everybody? Like, we're normal people, right. And also it helps everybody else where it's like, hey, I don't know what to cook. I'm giving you stuff that's in your cabinet every day. You know, I can show you how to make friggin' ramen taste real good, like that 20 cents ramen thing.
Right.
I'll make sure it tastes real fire.
So you can make people learn how to cook great on a budget.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What is your go-to meal after a hard day of wrestling and doing everything that you do out here?
Believe it or not, soup.
Soup.
I'm a big soup guy. I'm a huge soup guy. Like, I love my favorite soup. I love hot and sour soup. I love a hot and sour soup. I'm a big spice guy, but I love that sweet and sour taste to it.
Okay.
So that's. I know it's not a lot of protein in that and everything, but I just like the broth that comes with it. Like, I go to a lot of hot pot restaurants too, so I'm big on that.
Like, where can I find a soup like that? I've never heard of it.
You could go to like your typical pho shop, or you could go to a hot pot, a Korean hot pot. I love that. Or you could join Kayfabe Kitchen, subscribe, yes indeed.
Bing.
And I can show you how to make it.
That's what I'm talking about. Why should we go out and spend like $40 on soup?
When you can spend probably $10 or less than $10 or $4 and just make the soup at home.
Yeah. Speaking of pho, I love me some pho.
Oh yeah?
Oh my God, yes.
My cooking style is very I do a wide range of Asian cooking. Like, everybody sees me and they're like, oh, you do the Hispanic stuff, you do the arroz con gandules, you do the rice and beans, you do the pork and everything. Believe it or not, I do it so much I've learned to not like it.
Okay, makes sense.
So my big thing was always Asian cuisine.
Right.
So I kind of incorporated Asian cuisine with some of the Spanish food in it.
Okay, I like it. Yeah. You know, you gotta get a little bit out of your comfort zone.
Oh yeah, you have to get out of your comfort zone, especially when it comes to food.
Right. Chef Manny, when you're in the kitchen, what type of music are you listening to while you're working?
It depends. I listen to metal. I listen to old school reggae music. Okay. I'm a big old school reggae music. Bob Marley, Damian Marley, Sanchez, Barrington Levy. I listen to so much music. I'm actually a DJ too, believe it or not. So,
a jack of all trades?
I listen to country, like you name it, I'll listen to it.
Yeah. What was one of the things that got you interested in I see you at professional wrestling shows, you're a wrestler yourself. Right. What got you interested in just being in the wrestling community?
Well, ironically, how I started in the wrestling community, I started cutting my teeth down in Fort Myers, Florida, with a company down there called New Era Wrestling. Okay. It was I was a fan, just like anybody else. I was a fan like anybody else. I sat in the seats. I'm 40 years old now. I started at the age of 30.
Okay.
So I sat in the seats, and the booker comes up to me. He goes, "Hey man, you're kind of a big guy. Are you an athlete or whatever?" I played football for a long time. I played baseball. He goes, "You ever thought about doing wrestling?" I was like, I thought about it, but I felt like I was too old.
Right.
He was like, nah, man, DDP started at 32. Come on, let's go. I said, all right. So I started training and everything. And one of my first matches was with Jake the Snake. And then from there, it just went on. I've been training, like I said, I started training down in Fort Myers. From Fort Myers, I came to Orlando, started training in Orlando. I currently train with the Wasamoan Alpha.
Okay.
And I'm part of WXW, part of Real Pro Wrestling. I'm here in GCW. Like, it's just one of those, like, it just snowballed into like something more.
How awesome was that when you heard you were going to wrestle Jake the Snake Roberts?
Oh man, it was just crazy. It was like, oh, I'm going to be in that match, really? Fuck.
Right.
But it was an honor. It was cool. And like throughout my career, like you get to meet a lot of cool people. You know, Ricardo Rodriguez is one of my closest friends now. Knowing him for so long, he's helped me out in the industry. Lindsay Dorado, I actually trained with him doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with him at Gracie's gym. You know, Rios, Jay Rios, you know, I trained with him. Like, just training with all these guys, it's been an honor. I'm very humbled by it. I'm very honored by it. So.
Yeah, no, Jake the Snake was actually one of the first guys I actually interviewed here on the channel.
That's crazy.
At River City WrestleCon, we're going to give them a shout out because they are here, part of Generation Championship Wrestling. They're running around here. They put on an awesome convention. Another one coming up here in like June.
Yep.
So Jake the Snake, I actually interviewed him at that wrestling con. And
Jake is such a nice guy, man.
Super nice guy.
He's given me such good advice. The best advice he's ever given me, or that I've ever taken, was as a big guy, you don't always have to rush. And a lot of wrestlers don't realize that. Just take your time.
Right.
Take your time and tell the story.
Right.
And as long as you're telling the story and you're methodical as a heel, and you're methodical and you're telling the story, the fans will engage you. They will get sucked in. And that was the best advice he's ever given me.
Jake the Snake, I mean, it's so great to see him like just living out his years on TV on a regular basis now.
Heck yeah, he's on AEW, man. Shout out to them. And you know, he's one of those guys that he's an encyclopedia of knowledge. He really is. And nobody gives him enough props for that, but he has so much knowledge in this industry. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's been up and down and through everything. Yeah. Chef Manny, what would you tell people who just watch wrestling on TV but they don't come out to their local independent shows? What are they missing out on?
Oh, you're missing out on a good time, honestly. Like, this is nothing like what you see on TV. This is more in your face, more engaged, more... it's more than what you expect. Like, go to an indie show. Go support them, because eventually you're going to see them on TV. So you're going to want to see them before they make it big.
And even so, even if the guys that you... there's been guys that are on TV that are here today.
Yeah.
Fuego del Sol is right behind us.
Yep.
Leo Rush is here. Rising, Casey Navarro.
Oh my gosh.
Culture Inc. has been on TV before.
Yeah.
You know, there's just a lot of talent.
Deanna Peraza is here.
Deanna Peraza is here.
Yeah, great. Jordan Grace is here.
Jordan Grace is here. Talked to her earlier today. Yes.
So many people.
Yeah.
But like I said, like, support your indie shows, guys. Like, seriously, if you haven't gone to a show, to a local indie show, just go once. Just go once, and I guarantee you'll fall in love.
That's what I tell people is, I've been watching wrestling forever. I stopped for a while, but what got me back into wrestling was going back to an independent show.
Yeah.
It was just...
You fall back in love.
You do.
Easy.
You do. The talent, the matches, these guys are putting it all out on the line just for your entertainment and to, get noticed, make a bigger name for themselves.
Absolutely.
Chef Manny, is there anything else we should know before we let you go?
Just follow me on social media. Go ahead and go to YouTube, hit Kayfabe Kitchen, subscribe, and let's get this going, man.
Let's do it. Let's cook up that marvelous stuff to keep your mouth watering all the time.
Thank you.
All right, Chef Manny. Guys, if you like interviews like this with Chef Manny, make sure you stay tuned in here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos. Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.